And you know I can't take it now or never. And you insinuating that you think.
Welcome, hello beautiful people, and welcome to the 7th episode of the Let Me Be Honest podcast, starring me, Soraya. How are we oh my gosh, I just got started. How are we doing today, everybody? How is everyone feeling? What's going on? What's good? What's up? I'm so happy that tomorrow's Friday. I love the weekend. I just love everything about it. And I just love when my weeks go by really, really fast. Because then it feels so good. And tomorrow's payday too. Anyways, but I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. I'm doing pretty well now. I would give my grade of the week I would give it a B. I would give it a B. I'm ending pretty strong. At first this week, I was just in my feelings about a lot of things. I was just in my head a lot, overthinking about things. And so I just had to get through that. And thankfully, I was able to see my therapist this week. I love my therapist, y'all. Like, she puts me in check. She does not hold back. And I love that about her. So she had to slap me in the face, not physically, because it was very, very much a virtual meeting. But she had to let me know some things, and I was like, you're right. Like, what am I doing? Sarai, get it together. So I'm fine. I'm learning to rewire my thoughts, because I've been realizing that I have all the knowledge in my head, but my emotions are so big, and I wear them so big on my sleeve that sometimes they can take over like the logic in my head. And so we're working on, okay, we know what the correct answer is. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much today. We know what the correct answer is. We know like what the issue is and why it's this issue. So let's not let our feelings overthink it. If we have a feeling that is, overpowering your logic, we have to literally cut that short. She was like, cut it, stop it where it's at, and say, Sarai, get it together. You know exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly like the cycle that this is going to continue. So let's stop it in its tracks. So that's what I've been practicing. And so far I've been doing pretty well. So shout out to my therapist. I also got some new piercings. I think I got them last weekend. I got my, oh my gosh, starts with the T. I definitely forgot. And I'm not about to butcher the name. It starts with a T, but I got this new piercing, and I got my conch pierced. She's definitely probably my favorite. And then probably these two. I like all my piercings, y'all. I love piercings. I'm definitely getting more. I want to fill up my whole ear. Like, I feel like they just fit me so well. I will never ever get my nose pierced though. Like, I feel like that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna get my belly pierced. Like, I just love my ears. That's what I want. So, so I was really happy about that. That was also a learning lesson too, because I went to a very expensive place and I spent way too much money than I should have. But it's okay because, like, they looked really, really good. That happened this week. I went to church this last weekend, and it was literally, I was sobbing the whole entire service. It was so good. If you know Christine Kane, she's a great speaker. She travels all around the world, saving people from sex trafficking, and she has a office here in Charlotte. But she just did an amazing sermon. It's called Turn Unforgiveness to Forgiveness. And so I really highly suggest y'all go listen to that, because that was so convicting. And it made me rethink everything like that I thought I had got together, but I wasn't. So it like, go listen to it, like look it up on YouTube. It's there. Like, it's real great. So yeah, that's like summary of my week. It was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So on to our topic. So our topic to today, oh my gosh, why am I stuttering? Jeez. Our topic for today is called seasons. And I think this is a long talk that I've kind of avoided, but it needs to be talked about. So disclaimer for anybody listening to this, I have no beef with anybody. I have no hate for anybody. I absolutely am at peace with everything that's happened in my life. And like this topic, everything and everyone is for a season. So before anybody, I don't know who's watching, but just know that everything is all love. I'm chilling. Boom. Now that that's out the way, let's go to seasons. So before we get into it, let me give like a definition of the season that I'm talking about, because I'm not talking about the weather. Sorry, that was very corny. So basically when I mean season, and you probably have heard this term float around, social media or whatever, but it's basically like a chapter, if that makes sense. So you have your seasons. We can use like weather terms. So say you have your fall has ended, now it's to winter. Winter has ended, now it's to spring. And we just take the weather and replace it with like our life events. So we have elementary school, close that. Middle school, close that. High school, close that. And you just take your life events and you take weather and you replace that with your life events, so that that not everything comes to an end, but most things like only happen for a specific amount of time. And so we've always been through seasons growing up, with school, with, childhood friends, with basically like, just growing up in general. But I feel like it kind of hits different once you have like the mental capacity to know exactly like who's in your life, like how they've impacted your life, and what impact that they've had in your life. So once you have figured that out, it kind of makes it hard to close those seasons and go into your next season. And so that's something that I am experiencing now. I'm experiencing a close of a season and I'm moving on to my next season. However, like, it's not as easy as it sounds. And I feel like why so many people are kind of stuck, or like just feel like everything is kind of going wrong, is because we're holding on to that season that was supposed to close a long time ago. So we can give an example. Let's just take my college career. So I had an amazing college career, all 4 years. Of course, you had your ups and downs, but overall, my college career has made me who I am today. It has given me confidence. It has led me to new experiences, led me to new people. Like, college was such a blessing that I am so grateful that I have experienced. And so just college in general, like that 4 years, that was a season, and then it closed, and now I'm in adulthood, actual adulthood, and I'm, learning the lessons from this season. But I think a main thing that people do not talk about is the seasons that you have with your friendships. And I think that like friendship breakups are like, they're so bad, y'all. Like they hit tremendously, and I don't think enough people talk about that. And so that's what I went through, multiple people, friendship breakups, and it was very, very hard. It was really, really hard. And it was so hard because I thought that these specific people were going to be in my life forever. And they're not. They're not. And that's what I'm trying to accept. And I feel like people are in your life to teach you a lesson, to benefit you, for you to benefit them. And then that's it. Like, that's like, whatever. And once that has finished, then that's it. I guess it's on to the next. I had to say goodbye to a lot of friendships that I did not think were going to end so drastically or so quickly, abruptly. It was really, really hard for me to say goodbye. And it's really hard because like you have so much love for somebody. You have so much love. And it's hard to move past that. It's hard to like not talk, or just for them not to be a part of your life anymore. And I don't think enough people talk about it, how hard it is transitioning from college to adulthood without the people that you've spent the last 4 years with. And that can be very traumatic. It can be very detrimental to your mental health. Like, it's literally like a breakup. And I had to go through that multiple times with multiple people. And I don't know. And again, like going back to my last episode, you have to learn how to be okay with being alone, being by yourself for a little bit, so that you can heal in order to move on to your next chapter in your life. But what God has revealed to me during this time is that sometimes certain people, certain friendships, certain jobs, certain, comfort that you've had can really be holding you back from the blessings that He has for you later on in your life. And once you choose to let go of that specific season, it's really for the better. Like, you will know that, okay, whenever you get to that next season of your life, you're going to learn and appreciate why these people were not in your life anymore. And so I wrote a couple of like notes down for people to kind of target if their season is coming to an end. So first we talked about milestones. So just like the simple, okay, we know that, I graduated college, so let's not be on campus every single day trying to reminisce your college days. What are you doing? And I go to a party or two every now and then just to show face a little bit. But even recently, my graduating class, like those are the people like I went to school with 4 years. So I come back and I'm like, who are all these people? Like, they're like, you literally feel out of place. And so that's why I'm like, there's no reason for you to be there. There's no reason for you to walk around in college when you're not in college. Please. Anyways, number two. Number two is you feel stuck or want to grow or do more and you feel like you can't. So sometimes like people or jobs that you have in your life, you come to a point where you it's kind of like, I don't want to say a routine because everyone has a routine, but you feel like you're in a repeated cycle and you feel very stuck. You feel like you're meant to do something more, or you want to grow, but you physically cannot in the situation. But you stay there because of why? Because of comfort. Because of this is what's available. This is what I'm used to. Like I don't want to leave, or I cannot leave because I'm not sure what the future holds. But I think that was like the biggest push. And I actually learned this in therapy. My therapist was like, once you let go, like your blessing, this is the door. These are your blessings. And this is you. Like sometimes, like you just have to open the door. And you can't bring anything else with you. Sometimes you just got to open that door and go to your blessings. And sometimes, like, I was there. Like, I am right here. I'm at the door. I'm listening. I hear the blessings on the other side of the door. But everything that I've gotten so used to is right here, and I'm not ready to leave it yet. And so she was like, you have to cut those ties. You have to, quit that job. You have to, step foot into that gym or whatever. Because once you do that, once you finally say, okay, like, I'm ready, like, everything is just going to fall and make sense once you step through that door. So, if you feel stuck, or if you feel like, okay, like, this cannot be life, and then it's time to do some reevaluating of the friendships you have, relationships you have, the job you have. It's time to go back to your purpose. And if those people or relationships or job is not fitting in your purpose, then you know, okay, this means that we need to go ahead and step into my next season. So number 3 is the people in your life are not benefiting you anymore. And I've said this before, like benefiting, I feel like it's just like can be taken very differently because we're not taking advantage of people. But again, this is your life. Like, you should not spend your whole life trying to please this one person while you're suffering. That's not how friendships work. Like, you're supposed to be growing together, reaching your fullest potential together. I'm going to be successful. You're going to be successful. If they're stuck in this one little comfort place and you know that you can do so much more, but they're dragging you back down, they're no longer benefiting you. So it's time to cut those ties. If you have that friend who is, I'm just going to go very drastic, just say like very lazy, does not want to get off the couch, like all they want to do is party and just, I don't know, anything besides like actually being productive, and like you're 25, like that does not add up. Like at this point, like we should be working and growing in our career. We should be trying to, save our money, so let's go travel. Like, what can we do? Let's start this business, or like just like random things. But if they're literally pulling you down, staying stuck, like they're not willing to grow, then what? Like, why are they in your life? I get that they've been your friend for 20 years, but come on, like you have to be able to understand that like life can go like that. So you need to take advantage of it at the moment. You need to be at your fullest potential. You need to grow in your fullest potential, like while you can, and you cannot let people hold you back. And so again, like that's something that I've been learning as well. Like I've been trying, I just started a podcast. I'm trying to find my career job. I'm trying to travel and see the world. Like if I have friends who are, and I don't have any of those, but if I have friends who are just like chilling and don't want to do nothing, like why are they in my life? Like we're supposed to be growing, we're supposed to be being successful together. And that's the same with like relationships too. Like if you are in this healing journey and they are still in their narcissistic ways, their abusive ways, they're like, they are not willing to change for you, then why are they in your life? Like it's time to cut those ties. Like I need to be with somebody who is able to know that we're always growing, and so we need to always, work on that communication, work on, being selfless and growing together. So yeah. Number 4, things will go wrong even when you try your hardest to mend your problems. That's something that, I have dealt with personally. Like things just kept going wrong and wrong and wrong. And you are putting 110% into something, but like it seems like nothing is like that your hard work is not paying off. And so at the end of the day, that's literally a sign that, okay, like, I get it. Like, you've been trying so hard for years to try to make this work, but it's not. It's not working. They're not willing to try. They're not willing to change. So what you got to do? You got to move on. And that's really, really hard. And I think for me too, because it's like a power thing to me too. Not even a power thing, but like, if I can fix this person or if I can fix this, problem, then I'll feel really good at the end. Like it feels good for people to need me. It feels good for people to know that I have made an impact in their life. But if you're trying too hard, like there's no, like, why are you doing that to yourself? You're literally driving yourself insane. And so if you're seeing a pattern come and you know that, okay, like, whatever I do, it's not going to change, then it's time to close that season and, move on to something, more beneficial. Number 5 is you start fixing things based off of your emotions and not logic. And that's something that I have been convicted of lately. Like it's been really like I said, I have all the puzzle pieces in my head. I know what's going on, but my emotion, my heart is just like, Soraya, ooh, and it shows. But like the Bible warns you, like, do not trust your heart. Jeez Louise. Do not trust it. Like your heart will get you in trouble every single time. Like you have to be able to think and learn and be like, Soraya, look, you know. And it's really, really hard because your heart is such a powerful thing in your body and you feel so many things and you just want to follow your heart, or you just want, but it's you can't. You really can't. And I'm saying this to myself as well. Like, you have to be able to say, the correct answer, and you have to act on that correct answer. Like, because your heart is deceitful. It will deceive you each time. It will. And whenever my heart starts going, that's when my overthinking starts going. And I'm like, geez, like, like guys, you have to be cautious of your emotions. If you are making a decision solely based off your emotions, then it's most likely not going to work out. You have to be able to learn on your logic and your brain and figure out, okay, is like, let's do the pros and cons or whatever, and of course, like, your emotions are not they're not a bad thing. You just have to be able to not rely solely on your emotions. Like, that's why God gave you a brain. Use it. Jeez. So, those 5 things, I'm gonna start. I challenge you and I'm challenging myself. Whenever, reflect on your life, reflect on the season that you're in right now. And if any of those things, bring up a person or a friendship or relationship or a job or, anything like that, and you're like, okay, like, it may be time for me to explore other options. It may be time for me to find my purpose. And that's kind of what's going on the next thing, which is how to accept each lesson from your season. Because that's something that, I have been struggling with. That's why it was very, very hard for me to let go of some friendships and let go of, some college or whatever, was because I had so many good memories there. Like, I just did not understand why this is closing, why it was going so badly, why it just wasn't for me anymore. And so in order for me to move past that, I had to, look through the season that I was in and assess the lessons that I was taught in those seasons. So here are some tips on how you can learn the lesson from each season. So number 1 is know that everything is happening according to your purpose. And I've said purpose a couple of times. So every single person on this earth has a purpose in this life. A passion, a dream, something that like, this is why I was put on this earth. And I learned this recently, like, whatever job you're looking for, whatever business you want to start, whatever friendship that you are experimenting with, does this align with what you believe? Does this align with your purpose? Does this align with where you want to be within your life? My purpose is helping people. My purpose is growing and inspiring people. So I know that whatever job that I do have, like, I know as long as I'm helping those people, as long as I'm inspiring those people, then I know that I'm in line with my purpose. Friendships, relationships, if they're rude, if they're, lazy or conceited, like, or just selfish, does that align with my purpose? Does that align for my love for helping people? Does that align with my purpose of loving people? No. So why are they in my life? Like, I'm not about to sit here and talk to you while you're gossiping about the person behind you. Like, why would I do that? No. Number 2, appreciate the good memories that you have with the people and events in that moment. And I will say it again and again and again and again. Like, you really do have to appreciate the moments that you're in. Like guys, like, cause it's going to fly. Like, I don't know why I have this. They're going to fly by. Like, I really wish that, like, I would have enjoyed and appreciated a little bit more the moments that I had in college, because right now, like, I really wish that I was back in college. Like, I'm really trying to enjoy and appreciate who's in my life right now, the moments that I have in my life right now. Like, I don't see a lot of people, so whenever I do see somebody, I try to be in that moment and appreciate that time that I have with them, because you never know when they're not going to be in your life anymore, or if they're not going to be in their life anymore. So wherever you're in right now, like, appreciate the good moments, appreciate, the things that they're doing for you. And, number 3 is pray and fast. Ask God to reveal your next season. Ask him to help you be content with where you are at that moment. And so I want to fast. I think I might fast like in April or something like that. But I've really been into praying and journaling lately, and just trying to ask God to reveal where I'm supposed to be at next. Cause again, right now I'm in the transition stage of a season to another season. And so it's a lot of, like, anxiety that I have, because I want whatever plan, whatever door that I want to go in, I want to make sure that it's the right door. And so I've been praying and asking God, and I want to start meditating, stuff like that, and try and have peace of whatever decision I make. And so really, like, if you're a believer, like, you really have to lean on God, because at the end of the day, like, he has your steps already planned out from, like, since you were born. So why not ask him, like, where I'm supposed to go, you know? So yeah, really trust and pray and ask for guidance and discernment. Because you want to go in the right direction. Number 4 is know that there will always be trials. Know that those trials will help you become the next version of yourself. And that's something that, even as a Christian, like, sometimes people feel like, okay, like, I'm a Christian, like, everything's going to be smooth sailing. No, it's not. No, it is not. In fact, like, I'm not going to say it's going to get worse, but, like, because you have the tools to get through those trials, like, you're going to experience trials. And you have to, once you understand that you're going to go through hills and valleys in life, you kind of not are prepared for it, but you have the tools to take on that. And then once you have that knowledge that whatever trial you are in at this moment, like, that's going to give you tools to become your next self, your next better self. Like, everything happens for a reason. Say you're in a relationship and it's going super bad, like, just very toxic or whatever. Once you cut that off and you start your healing journey, and then look at you, this emotionally intelligent young woman, lady, man, whatever, like, you are able to have that intelligent and maturity and healed version of yourself, so that whatever relationship that you're in next, it's a healthy one, And so just know that, yes, like, that comfort in that toxic relationship was like, oh my goodness, like, I hate it here, but, like, this is like I have to stay here. Like, this is my comfort space. Like, sometimes you just have to do that hard snip, heal, and then be ready for the actual blessing that God has for you. And number 5, do not get stuck in the past. Kind of with number 4, like, I think that's, like, what a lot of people in their 20s, or just in general, they get stuck in the past. Again, because if it's comfort, it's comfortable. And they just you don't know of the future. You're unsure of it. And, again, it's scary. Like, I get it. Like, I'm dealing with this myself as well. But once you step out of that mud, like, you're going to understand, like, okay, this is why I should have left a long time ago. You cannot stay in the comfortability. Life is uncomfortable, and with the uncomfortable comes lessons, and with those lessons comes blessings. Hey. Anyways, but you cannot get stuck in the past, because it's just going to be a cycle, and it's not going to go anywhere. There's no movement, there's no journey, there's no faith, there's no moving forward. Like, you have to go. So those are, like, all my tips and tricks that I have for y'all. Again, like, it's very, very hard. It's something that I'm still dealing with, and it's going to be something that I'll continue to deal with for the rest of my life. And not everyone is here for a season. Like, you'll have those lifelong friends, like, you'll have, like, your soulmate or whatever, but a lot of times, like, the people that are in your life, like, they're only there for a season. So you have to, once you have that in your head, I feel like it kind of like forces you to enjoy the moment while they're there. Not to say that you're expecting them to leave, but you know that, okay, like, this is my life, like, I'm always going to grow, and whoever's supposed to be in my life through this growth journey will be in there. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Even if you get stuck in the past, like, it's like those toxic relationships are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until you're ready to go. So, let me know, like, what y'all's favorite, tip is, or if you have any other tips that you would like to share. And what season are you in right now? So yeah, my jewel of the week is, what is my jewel of the week? Oh, my jewel of the week is be in your purpose. You have a purpose in this life, and you cannot let people drag you down. Like, you have to go. So anyways, but that was it. That's all I have for today. I hope y'all liked it. Follow me on all my platforms, and I hope y'all have a fantastic week. I hope y'all are safe, enjoying the moment, and full of joy and peace. I will see y'all next week. Bye.
And you know I can't take it now or never. And you insinuating that you think